Right, I've managed to climb over well, I didn't use the gate, I used that bit fence at the side, and I had to like put my foot on the lower rung, flip my leg over by keeping hold of that post, then I'll flip my other leg over and then just drop down. And now I'm on this farmers type track. Now you can see where people have actually gone down there in the past and just followed the fence down to the bottom. But I'm just going to be looking for ways down that's easy, or paths that's already been cut in by other people. But we'll go along this road to see where it brings you out and if there's any easy paths down. You never know, it might just come out into an opening where you just walk across and you can get to the ruins dead easy. But the fact is, it shouldn't be fenced off it anyway, because it's a public interest history, so there shouldn't be barring it off or fencing it off to stop you getting to see it and photograph it. Now I can understand why they padlock the gates, because like I said earlier, you get stupid prats leave gates open and sheep get through and get onto main roads and get killed. I can understand that, but to barrier off public bits of interest like these ruins here. But I would imagine the burn down here is going to be very, very thin trickle, because I can just see it down there. It's not that wide, but it's a steep slope all the way down to meet it. But we'll continue anyway. We'll go and see if I can get to where it is. Just because on the maps it looks like it's pretty much close to the road, it could be quite a distance in from the road, so I'll just keep on going. But this is what I would have done if I hadn't got the dog with us when the last time I came along here. Bird box here. That's more like for a bat box. Right, so it looks like I'm going down into an open area, so I wonder if this is where it'll be. When I looked on Google Maps, the photographs that people have been taking when they came down here, it looked like there was just bits of wall and there was a canopy across where it looked like people have been camping out, or like discarded an old throwaway tent. Right, so I'm now beginning to see the burn a little bit better now, look. Right down there. So I suppose another way you could do it is go further up and get into the farmer's field on the other side, and then look for a way to scramble down on that side. But we'll just continue along here and see where it brings us out. But this area here, I'm coming down to, it's like opens out, so basically if it's going to be anywhere, it'll just be here, I think, where you see the bits of ruins in the walls, what's left of the castle. Right, let's have a look down here now. So it looks to be about 25 foot wide here. There's a couple of big boulders rolled down and dropping into the water just down there. It's just going over a bunch of flat rocks down here. Right, let's continue on. I wonder what these triangular fences around this bit of a, what would have been a start of a tree growing, probably protected from the deer eating it, the leaves of it. Right, so it's a bit of a turnaround point here, so right, reverse point. But I think the burn is going, and it's going around the right, continue up there, look. There's a big flooded area just here on the right, big pond. This is all flooded, where the water's been running down the hill here and settling here. I bet that's quite deep, and I bet it's full of frogs and frog spawn. Let's chuck a stone in. Oh. Hey. Bit of a wooden shed just there. Well, there's nothing here except that shed. But this is where I was looking for, to go right across and through that single gate as I come over the bridge, and I walked right at the top end, and I was looking for a way to possibly get along here, but it was all fenced off wire, barbed wire and this, so I couldn't get along. But the road's coming to a dead end here, look. So I don't know where these ruins are. So this looks to be like a wasted journey. Right, so this has gone from a road to what looks to be like just a footpath going through. So all nettles. And this is probably where I walked right up the farmer's field from the single gateway I got, and I come right to the far end here. And this is where I was looking for a possibility to come along here. There's a nice green bird box on the tree there. Green with a white plastic door on the front. And I think that could have been a pathway used at one time, going through up there alongside these triangular bloody wire things going to the top, and there'll be a wire fence across the top in the corner there. That's where I walked down. So the only structure I can see is this wooden shed, where it's all high nettles. It's like what allotment owners would use, like a shed in the allotment. The only other thing I can suggest is right at the start where the water comes underneath the motorway, there could be something there at the bottom, but it's steep to get down. Right, so this is the path that'll take you down to get that shed. I'm just looking around to see if I can see any ruins in the grounds. Can't see now. No, I'm not gonna bother. So that was a waste of time climbing over that bloody fence to get down here. Bloody hell, this is a huge pond as well. Bloody hell, that's massive, that. That'll be deep. Green, mossy pond. There's another one of these green bird boxes, green with a white plastic door. Vivara. Just turn those little metal things and the door opens. See, I mean, there's so much overgrown as well, like snap branches. It could be just here, covered over, and you can't see it. So I'm just having a good scout around to see if I can see any bits of old ruins of the walls. So far, I've seen nothing. What I'll do is when I get back home, I'll go on Google Maps again and type in NAFFERTON Castle and see if I can find the photographs that I found before, where people have taken photographs of bits of wall that's here somewhere. There's another bird box in that tree there. That's been there quite a while. It's green, moss, rotten. There's a nice bit of a ramp where the water's flowing over the ramp down there. So I'm looking all the way along the burn as much as I can through the growth to see if I can see any ruins, but nothing so far. But I'll keep on looking. I'll just keep at the edge of the trees here and keep looking down, see if I can see anything which might resemble some castle ruins. But you can hear the traffic back there in the distance where I'm going back. Nope, nothing there. Now the stream seems to be bending around to the left, further up there, so it could be just around the corner at the bottom of the bank. Because according to the map, it's like I say, it's just in from the motorway. That's probably why there was like a bit of a footpath cut in where that wooden fencing's going down on an angle, where you could go down the steep bank and keep a hold of the fencing. I mean, because even if you try to get on that side, it's a complete steep bank coming all the way down to meet the burn at the bottom. I chuck it down for birds to chew, especially magpies. They'll eat it. Right, back along here, through the gate, or over the gate, sorry. I'm just keep looking down to see how many I missed it. Well, I can't see any. I mean, the photographs that somebody took and put up on YouTube, or Google Maps, sorry, it looked like an open piece of land, and there was like a bit of wall, then another little bit, and then another little bit. So it must be in quite a big opening, and not on a steep bank like this. It looked like it was on flat land. Another bird box there. I think this has been gated off, and it's like leave it as a nature reserve. So they don't want people walking along here. There's a bit of a drop down just there. I'll just get any space I can go, I'll just go to the edge of the tree line where the slope starts and see if I see anything down below through the clearing. But that's a nice little drop down, that is 3 to 4 foot drop down. Nice time to have another whisk. That must be like a bit of a weir down there, no? Because there's a slope behind it, and then there's a drop down just in front of it there. It's a nice little water feature. There is some places on either side there where it doesn't look as steep and it's not as dense, so it could be that people have come down from the other side of the burn. But normally castles are built high up on a hill, so to see the enemy coming at them. So this just doesn't seem feasible for a place where they might have a, or there would have been a castle, or going to build a castle at one time. But everything's high up nettles, so I don't want to get stung when I'm pushing through them. Let's have a look down the edge. I'll try and make my way through here because, like I say, according to the map, the ruins are just as you come in to continue along the tree line from the main road. So it should be here somewhere. Alright, so that fence line is going down to meet the aqueduct, which you can see now. It's just there. So I can see where the water's going down and going underneath the concrete just there at the bottom of the wooden fencing. I've never seen that before, but they're coming across here now, I can see it. And just like on the other side, there's a fence going right along the top of the concrete where the water goes underneath the bridge. Right, so climb back over the fence just to the right of the gate here, like I did coming here. That's why you can see where there was people going doing there and follow the fence line all the way down to the bottom to get to the aqueduct. Or, like I say, it went through the fence there, squeezed past that bit of a tree there, and then just start making their way slowly downhill the other side of this fence here. Because it's a hell of a bit of a scramble down to try and follow the fence all the way down there. Right, so I'll stop recording for now, climb back over the gate here, and then start recording again when I start getting over the other side. So, bye for now.